Okay. So I started it, and then as soon as chapter 12 hit, everything crashed. That's the first time that's ever happened.
Let us bring things to an end.
But I chose to fight the bad guy and finally do the right thing instead of just running away. So yeah, that's what you missed.
We have to help them. I'll clean up down here. You keep that bastard busy.
So yeah, like it's a good. I chose to save Athia, obviously. I'm sure going to New York's like an alternate bad ending, which I'll look up later. But
Hang in there,
yeah,
everyone.
this is a good end for her arc. She's always, only looked out for herself, but this is the first time she's really choosing. Not the first time, but she's choosing to do the right thing and risk her life to help these people. She was given the choice to go home, and she chose Athia. Well, I chose Athia, but whatever.
Please, you have to protect us.
I see you.
Right on the money.
Go back to the New York sewers where you belong. Get it? Because they're rats. Sky rats. Whatever. I'm funny. Shut up. My goodness.
Let's get back in there.
Really got to keep my distance here. Alright, I can't actually do that without Cuff, can I?
Come on, love. Count to me.
Is it everybody?
Wasn't sure you'd be back.
Me neither.
Took you long enough.
I came as fast as I could.
No. To figure out that Athea's your home.
Thanks. Auden!
Frey!
Are you okay?
Yes, considering. The break from Visoria finally stopped and then something much worse appeared.
I know.
Calm down, everyone! Calm down!
Please, you all be safe in here.
Safe! Councilman, we are huddled in the archives. There's nowhere safe left.
Listen
God,
to me.
it's like an average day on Twitter.
Do not lose hope!
I'm not gonna let this demon take more than he already has. Hey! Hey! Everybody! Everybody listen up! There's a demon coming! And no, it's not me. Okay? I'm gonna take it on. I'm gonna put an end to this madness, but I need you to promise me something. I need you to rebuild. I need you to restore peace to Athia. It's what the Tantas would have wanted. Just try and survive through this, okay? You're Athians. Stay in the archives. You'll be safe here.
Not the greatest we got this speech ever, but yeah, just whatever. I'll take. She's A for effort. Thanks for playing. Clearly, Captain America did not write her speech.
Here.
This is my goat. A nugget.
I put so much pressure on you I shouldn't have.
Don't be stupid.
I hurt you.
Yeah, and I might have deserved that.
No, you didn't. It's just... It's so hard not being able to do anything myself.
I'm happy they addressed that. That you did put a lot of pressure on Frey to save everyone.
I thought I couldn't trust you. That you were just using me to get what you wanted. But that wasn't true. You believed in me. You believed I could be a hero, right from the start. I'll save the city. You'll see.
And then
Frey, please,
maybe we can go on a
promise me
date.
You'll come back from this in one piece.
So we can talk about the fact that you knew my mom? No? You sure? Just feels important is all. That's fine. I don't care. All right, let's do
We'll be
this.
safe in here.
Is everyone going to die?
We'll be fine. Frey will save the day. You'll see.
I will as soon as you get out of my way. Oh, it's you! That guy who I refused a tour from.
I'm going to do what you asked us. I'm going to make sure we survive.
What was your name
I have to
again?
do everything I can for these children.
Bill? Jeff?
There are things you have to do too, right? Good luck.
Please get out of my way.
Stay safe.
Finish saying goodbye to your little friends, Frey.
The fragments protect the vulnerability at its center. Disperse them and strike at its heart. Cinta will help you. Fight as one. On it.
That's cool. Why can't I do that? I love this music. Alright, it's on.
Time to end this. Need to get these fucking birds out of the way. Cinta, you're up.
Just look at the two of you. How adorable. But what you're doing is completely different. You have no idea what you're up against. The tainted bloodline of the Hunters ends here.
Whew.
Fuck you. You're not getting away with this.
Ready?
Now we end this. Together.
Blooded. Unibeam.
Always been cruel. Mighty will rule, and the weak will perish.
Mother, no.
You can't protect your child from me. You couldn't then, you can't now.
No! No! You can't die. Not yet, not now. I have so much to say. I have so many questions. No. No, please. Please don't go. I don't need your powers. I need you. Please don't die.
Thank you, Alfred. I am so lucky to have you. And I will always be with you. Beloved.
Your protector has fallen. So, how do you fancy your chances on your own?
On a scale of 1 to 10?
Put up a fight.
I warned you to be careful what you wish for.
Who do you think you are?
I'm Tanta Frey, daughter of Cinta, protector of Assia. And I'm here to fuck you up!
How is the power of the four Tantas?
Correction, the 5.
Having been blessed by the four Tantas, Frey has unlocked the Tanta within herself and awoken her true power. Many of her abilities are now greatly improved. Skip. Ooh. Frey can now open portals through which she can move from one place to another. While moving in this way, she'll be immune to all damage.
Saw her mother died, and yet you still choose to face me? You think you could win against me?
Of course I can, you lying sack of shit!
I never lied to you. Not once. I stand by what I say. Without me, you are nothing. All I ever did was tell you what you wanted to hear.
Okay, so you're a gaslighting sack of shit. And don't act like you did me any favors. Without me, you'd still be collecting dust in a pawn shop. You needed me.
It's already. Why do you continue to resist the inevitable?
I'm stubborn, remember? You know that better than anyone. Ooh, that gotta hurt.
Can see you up there, you know. You're not slick.
You will hasten your demise.
Finally.
Not defeated me yet.
God, can't we just...
Vengeance will be mine. You will pay for this, Frey!
I will be the one who now. Sorry. I'm not letting you break the call.
Audio's a little quiet there. Oh, we're gonna fight in here. Makes sense.
Yeah, I get that a lot. Not many people see my... No. My anger and resentment. But I see yours. You are pissed at the Tantas. You would do anything to settle old scores. You don't care. Innocent people have to die. I am so tired of your bullshit. Take accountability for your actions. Moment too soon.
How?
You think justice will be served by your defeating me?
I couldn't care less about justice. All I care about is kicking your ass.
I was given life that Athia might burn. Oppression Titans. All must die.
Bounce. Ow. Bounce like a rabbit. You're literally telling me what to use. You know that, right?
So you don't get the satisfaction of winning. Right in the sweet spot.
Hope you're ready.
talk about this.
Why? Why do you still stand?
Because people are counting on me. Can you feel it, Cuff? The beginning of the end.
She was the last one standing.
Ow. Okay. Just don't make me start the whole fight over. Thank you.
Yeah, I get that a lot. Not many people
Ah,
see my
man.
message. I'm done running from you.
Ah,
Yeah, this one's free.
dang it. Got him. It's way easier that time.
I don't get why you...
You will never get me, Frey. How could you? You purposeless, meaningless wretch.
You're right. I probably wouldn't. But one thing I do get is you're not alone. Even when you think you are.
Spare me. No.
My friends are my power. Also explosions. Explosions are also my power. Actually, a lot of my power is explosions.
You're not going anywhere. And neither am I.
Please wake up. Frey. Frey! Get up there. What are you doing lying down?
Thank you, Frey.
Careful.
What happened?
Tanta's blessings. You did it. Really?
Really? Ow.
This is actually heaven. We're all dead. You saved us about as well as Superman and Man of Steel. I'm very curious. Is there an option to free roam post-story? What? Oh, okay. I was like, I was joking. Are we really all dead? Yeah, I still don't know your name, buddy. It's not gonna happen. Just give up. Walk away. Walk away. Are you gonna hug me, or... What is that? It looks disgusting. Oh, okay. I thought it was food. Cinta. I'm gonna wait till the credits to give my final thoughts on this game. For a game that's famous for its cringy dialogue and over-explaining,
Small.
this scene has very little dialogue. It's like almost entirely telling and not showing. And she called him Mom for the first time. Honestly, if I had to give it a rating out of 10, it's between a 6 and a 7. I'm going to give it a 6.5. If you can divide this game into like 4, maybe 5 acts. The first act being everything leading up to killing Scylla. The next act being with Prof, the third being with the third one whose name escapes me, and then we find out about Cuff, and then the fourth act is everything leading up to just before the final battle, and then the final act. The first act was really messy, and the pacing was so off, it was almost unbearable to get through it. It was just, the voice actress was doing fine, but the dialogue was corny, the humor was not really hitting. But I saw potential in it, so I kept with it. And then after we beat Scylla, yeah, right there, after we beat Scylla, suddenly, like, even though there was still some corny dialogue and cringy moments here and there, it's like the game did a 180. Whereas before it was just flailing, not really knowing what it wanted. Suddenly it had direction and purpose. It was still a little corny and a little oddly paced sometimes. I think the voice actress did a decent job. I mean, I've heard better, but like, I don't know if I've ever heard this voice actress before, but I think she actually did a good job. I mean that sincerely. I think just the dialogue, she just had to do the best with what she had, and there's only so much people can do. But I liked Frey's character. Even when she was trying to run away from saving Athia, I never disliked her.
Hey, Homer. Sorry, it's been a while. I know. You miss me? Nah, I bet you got a full belly and a big old smile on your face right about now. Been so busy recently. Oh, well, you know, important stuff. Holding court, slaying demons. I'll let you in on a secret, but I'm a pretty big deal. Like, actually, I'm kind of a big deal now. Everybody needs me. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the whole hero thing, but look, just tell Judge Bird I took her advice, okay? I'm finally using my gifts to help others. Tell her, thanks for the almost birthday present. Kinda wanted to be there to say it myself, but it's probably better coming from you, girl. It's been a pretty good day, you know? Wish they could all be this good. But you and I both know that's not how it goes. Listen, you ever get lonely, you just remember that you are not alone. Even if you find yourself with nowhere to turn and no clue where to go or what to do next, you can't give up hope.
Because this is what it's been
You might
all
think
about.
there's nothing
The
left to live
cat.
for, that nobody cares. But the truth is, you matter. Even when you can't see it. Granted, you might fuck up along the way. But you'll find your way home in the end. I promise, I did. And look at me now, huh? Tanta Frey. Daughter of Cinta. Protector of Athens. I'll come back for you. I promise. Just look out for me, okay? See you on Asia.
Yeah, like the dialogue can be very campy. And in the first act, it just really did not work to its advantage. But then once we hit the second act, it started to slowly get better. You know? It's like all of a sudden a switch flipped. I didn't expect this game's story to be groundbreaking, even before I heard about all the controversy around it. Not controversy, critique. But I expected it to just be a fun, maybe a little corny, campy story supported by a lot of great gameplay. And yeah, I did get that, just not right away. I don't know what happened with the first act of this game. It was just so messy and not well paced, and the cringy dialogue and corniness of it was just at an all-time high. But then it started to settle down, and the gameplay got better, and then I don't know what happened at the beginning, but I see the game that these people wanted to put out. And I'm actually really, really happy I got it. I got a physical copy just in case I didn't like it, so I could return it easier. But I genuinely think that this is a good game. It really is. You just have to get through the first few hours. Once you get your fire powers, it's good from there. Has been my experience. The movement, the gameplay, the fighting, it was just so much fun, and being able to combine all of my different powers, it was just a blast to play. And yeah, like the first 4 hours leading up to Scylla was really rough, like unforgivably rough. And it's probably where the majority of the criticism comes from, because people probably put it down after that point, which I understand. It was really hard to get through, but once I did, I got to see what the game was trying to be. It had a very, very rough start, but once it found its footing, I really enjoyed it a lot. Like, the story wasn't anything groundbreaking, like I said, but I don't know, I kind of like the arc that Frey went through. You know, she spent her whole life on the streets. No one ever really wanted to help her. She felt like the world was attacking her, and so she gets thrust to this new world, and it's like, why would it be any different? She helped just when it was convenient for her. it's not that she didn't want to care. It's not that she didn't care, but she felt like if she did, it was just gonna blow up in her face. I was surprised by Cuff's reveal. I genuinely didn't think they'd do that. I figured they'd reveal. I thought they were gonna reveal him to be like her dad or something. But yeah, I didn't think they'd actually make him the villain. Because in many stories like this, where the hero gets a companion of some kind, it's usually just their quirky little companion. A game that came out recently, Hi-Fi Rush, the main character has this little robot cat that follows him around. So kind of like that, like a little side companion. What are other examples? I guess Link and any of his companions, like Midna or Fi, Faye, or Navi, things like that. I kind of thought that Cuff was just going to be like our Navi. But then I started feeling like he was specifically pushing me to kill the Tantas rather than just saving Athia, and then lo and behold, that's what he was doing. So I'm guessing the free roam function is going to put me right back before that choice between Athia and New York, and then I can just roam around and do what I want.
Frey, support is thriving now that you clear the break.
But it's still out there, in all the realms. And I don't have a clue how to get rid of it. Wish I could figure it out.
I'll continue to study my father's notes on reversing the break. Maybe between the two of us we'll find a way.
Do you think Cuff is still part of her now?
You would have known it was Bob.
Indeed. You know, the council would welcome you as a member. We're alive and prospering because of you.
Look, okay. Don't think I did all of this just for Athia. Newsflash, I'm not that altruistic.
Uh-huh.
Look, the council gig, it's not for me. But I can think of someone who'd be pretty good at it.
Who?
You! Dumbass! You're the glue that holds this whole place together. You step up, you look after the injured, you inspire people. I couldn't think of anyone else better for the job.
There you are, Auden. Johedi's been looking for you.
Oh, yes, of course.
Would you look at that? You're needed.
Right, see you later.
Say hi to Joe for me. And now the real work begins. Damn! That is a lot of land for just one girl to cover. But it's a good thing I'm not doing it on my own. Isn't that right, Cuff?
You gotta be kidding.
It's Fanbrace.
He's still part of her. That's funny. It's Vambrace. I actually kind of like that. That, like, now his punishment is being with her. It's like, nah, I'm gonna turn you into a nicer person. Just you wait. Just you wait. I'm gonna do it. You're stuck with me now. That's cute. It's Vambrace. Continue. Let's see where it puts me. I'm very curious. Ooh, chapter 13, New Beginnings.
All right. Where do I start?
What exactly are we starting? Are you planning on becoming some sort of errand person? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sure you have some suitably grandiose term for it. Break warden?
Just to be clear, we aren't starting anything. I'm gonna use you to clean up the mess you made.
You know this is just the beginning. You can't keep me like this forever. I'll drive you out of your mind soon enough.
Yeah, good luck with that. Break warden, though. I kinda like it.
You always did love my ideas.
Oh, shut it.
So I guess that's an excuse to keep the pre-programmed banter that they have. Which makes sense.
What was I gonna make again?
Yeah, I'm very, very happy with this game. Like I said, it starts off really rough, so it can very easily turn you off to it. But I'm telling you, just stick with it until you get your fire powers, and then just go a little bit further, and I promise it's worth it.
Oh, hi, Freya. You off somewhere? Not that I'm worried, of course. You always make it home safe. Have a nice trip.
I'm very pleased. Like I said, it had a very rough start, which probably turned a lot of people off to it, rightfully so. But I think it found its footing. It's nothing groundbreaking or grand in terms of story, I guess. Like the characters, I mean. But for the most part, I had a very good experience.
Why are we here again?
Please tell me you're joking.
Lend me your power! Yeah!
That's cool. That is, I'm curious, like, it seems like they've kind of set things up to, possibly do a sequel, which I really hope they do. I genuinely believe that with the criticism they've gotten for this game, that if they make a sequel, they can make it the way they wanted this one to be. I think they genuinely have the potential to improve the writing, and they have the potential to make a really good Forspoken story. The world of Athia, like the actual world and the people and how that all works, is very standard. I don't want to say cliche, but I don't know. Because, like, you know, in most isekai stories in Japanese anime, the fantasy world they're sent to is usually based on medieval times, you know, where there's knights and guards and princes and princesses and kings and queens and stuff like that, and they usually speak British in some way. And that seems to be very much what Athia is that fantasy world.
Wakey,
I mean,
wakey.
Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings,
I'm awake.
they're all based on that. On that idea of the fantasy world. And obviously, Athia is no different.
I'd imagine you'll have this wrapped up pretty quickly.
Yep, no sweat. Kinda want more of a challenge.
The Tantas were interesting. But yeah, I kind of figured from the start that she was born in this world. So if you're paying attention, the plot can be pretty predictable, but a predictable plot can be used well as long as it's told well. And like I said, like once we got to the second act with Prof, that's when things started getting really good. The first scene I really liked was when her and Cuff were arguing, and he was like, "You're just gonna abandon everyone, like mother, like daughter?" And I'm like, "Oh." Yeah, because like the character banter and development, I actually thought was good. Like about what I had expected. Just, you know, a fun little story. Maybe if it can't be supported by some fun gameplay. And in the end, that's what I got. But first impressions were really bad. So I understand why a lot of people were turned off by the game and found it very annoying. Because yes, that first act, pretty bad. But once I got past it, I finally got the game that I thought that I was going to get.
Around here, don't you think?
When I first saw a clip of it on TikTok.
There seems to be a sort of political neutral zone. Catering
And
to
the
all
music is
tastes
great.
and
The music during that final
things
fight was awesome. If there's an album I can buy, you bet I'm going to get it. Like I said, the dialogue can sometimes be cringy, a little too over-explainy, a bit corny and campy, and a very rough start. But I can safely say that if you're on the fence about buying this game, or you're playing the game, or you started playing the game and it kind of turned you off to it, stick with it. And I mean that sincerely. Give this game a chance, see it through, and I think you'll be pleased. My worry was that it was going to falter somewhere along the way and make me regret it, but, other than the start, I had a good time. And I'll definitely be playing this game more in my free time, because I really love the gameplay.
Give me a Turok!
It's just, come on, that's cool. It's a nice fantasy game with some great gameplay and a decent story. Like I said, a lot of it is stuff we've seen before, the Chosen One,
the
or...
power of a Tanta somewhere nearby.
Fuck, where?
Not an actual Tanta, you understand? This is something different.
Not an actual Tanta, calm down.
Monsters here, huh?
Were you hoping for
But I'm glad that they actually followed through with making Cuff a villain.
You really don't know me.
I assumed that there was something deeper to him, obviously, but to make him the villain was a surprise, rather than just keeping him the witty companion. I mean, he's the witty companion again now, which I thought was also interesting that they made that choice. So the status quo was restored anyway, but still. If I were to be critical, I'd give it a 6. If I were to be generous, I would give it a 7. So on average, probably a 6.5.
Whoa!
6.8 maybe.
Get out of the way.
This should come in handy.
I like being generous, and I had high hopes for this game even when everyone else was saying it sucked. So I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10 for me. Like, for me. If I were to just be critical for you guys, I would say 6.5 or 6. For me, it's a 7, because even though the beginning was rough on the story, I had a good time. I genuinely really enjoy this game. And I'm really happy that I played it. And I'm hoping that you guys will enjoy it as well. Because it's good. It is good. It took longer than it should have, but I finally saw the game that the developers wanted to put out. I wish I knew specifically what happened with that first act. Or maybe it was more that I got used to it. But it was like after I killed Scylla, all of a sudden, all of those moments of really cringy dialogue, terrible pacing, poor cinematography, it just gone. Not gone, but lessened slowly. And then by the end, I was genuinely getting excited. It was epic. And yeah, like her being daughter of the Sinta, like that's all very basic fantasy storytelling. But it wasn't done bad. It's stuff that's been done before, but it wasn't necessarily done bad. I think that the beginning of this game just really did a number on a lot of people and tainted their view of the game going forward, causing them to be more critical. And yeah, you can blame the game for that. I don't know how that happened with the beginning, but once I got past it, I had a good time. Like a really good time. I'm so happy about this game, and I have to highly recommend it, if just for the gameplay alone. If I have to recommend it on anything, just get the game for the gameplay. Go through to get all of the cool powers. Because it's cool. I love the diversity in each of the powers. It does kind of suck that only one of them has a melee ability. I kind of thought maybe the lightning power would somehow give me the ability to punch and kick really, really fast or something. To have like 2 melee, 2 distance. But they all have their own unique abilities, and it's fun to get used to knowing which enemies are weak to what. So yes, I do recommend this game. If just for the gameplay alone, just go into the experience not really expecting the world of the story, and you'll be a lot more pleased. Just get through that first part when it comes to story and stuff, and once it really picks up, I think you'll enjoy it. So thank you guys so much for joining me on this series of Forspoken. I think we finished it in 10 episodes, just like Sonic. Yeah, if you liked watching this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for notifications. And I will see you guys in whatever the next series is going to be, which is either going to be... well, I'm going to finish Midnight Suns. And then if there's time in between that and when Jedi Survivor comes out, I might get that new SpongeBob game that came out. I know, weird choice, but whatever. But yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.